Feet together, knees out wide, hands resting down onto the body, head, shoulders, hips, all relaxing into the floor. Just for a moment, let the breath settle. So if you've rushed around to get ready for the practice, give yourself 2 moments to just be still, to notice how the body feels, what kind of day you've had, what kind of class you need. And you can tailor it. So if you feel like you need quite an uplifting class, then maybe you challenge yourself to take the harder options, the harder variations. You charge up the breath a little bit more. And if you need something that's more restorative, then you just take rest when you need. Make the stretches passive rather than active. I'll give you cues as we move through the class. So passive would be making things a little bit gentler, a little bit more easy for the body, and then active, a bit more sturdier, a bit more stronger. So there's going to be loads of options you can pick between the two. And I think we'll probably run around a 45-minute class, because by 45 minutes I might have melted. So we'll see how we get on. With the hands on the belly, take a big inhale. Feel the belly rise. And a big exhale, draw the navel into the spine. 2 more full breaths like that. Full inhale. And let it go. Full exhale. Final 1 breath in. And out. Reach the hands round, support the backs of the thighs. Bring the knees into the chest, and then just extend the legs up to the sky. Knees can stay bent. Take the arms overhead. So let the shoulders lie relaxed and open. I just want to take the weight and the pressure off the feet, the knees, the hips, especially if you're quite hot. Maybe roll the ankles round, just some circles through the feet. Wriggle a little through the toes, especially if you're at all swollen around the ankles and the feet because of the heat. Give them a bit of a wriggle and shake, and then maybe a wriggle and a shake down the legs. You can bend the knees, just kicking the feet up into the sky. Stretch and move that out without putting any force down through the joints. So just like we would if we were walking on the spot in our downward facing dog, we're just mobilizing, seeing how it feels, or just with a little bit less force and stress or strain. And then legs together. Keep the arms, the hands, the shoulders super glued to the floor. Pull the navel in so the lower back pushes down. And then see if you can slowly lower the legs. So they don't have to go very far, maybe just a couple of inches or maybe a foot. Feel the lower abdominals work. Squeeze the legs together there. Just hold it for 5. Navel in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs back. Twice more. So only taking it as far as you can comfortably keep the lower back to the ground. You can keep that connection. Lower back to ground, navel to spine for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. And then your last one, take the legs away, extend the legs away, squeezing the inner thighs, the knees, the ankles, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees into the chest, cross the legs, come all the way up. So rock up, a bit of momentum, cross the knees, take the hands down and step back to all 4s. So hands under knees, hands not under knees, hands under shoulders, knees underneath hips. Take an inhale, send the chest and the heart forwards. And then an exhale, round out, stretch through the upper back. You're moving forwards and backwards here in your cat-cow. So you're lengthening and opening the chest forwards. And then you're rounding and pushing back. But I want you to add some sideways movement to that. So maybe stretch to the right side of the body, draw the left shoulder down to the hip, and then take it over, squeeze the right side of the body, stretch out the left. So side to side is an option, forwards and backwards is an option, or you can circle between the 2, rolling all the way around. So just do whatever you need to get the body moving, the hips, the shoulders, the spine, the torso, the chin, all the way into the chest as you round. So mobilizing all the way up through the spine. And then coming back, finding stillness, settling, drawing the navel in, tucking the navel to the spine, and then tuck the toes, lift the hips up to the sky, stretch back into downward dog. Maybe your first down dog, so don't be harsh on the backs of the legs. Bend the knees, give the hips a bit of a wriggle from side to side. Just make sure the hands are strong down into the ground, all 5 fingers, all 5 knuckles, heels of the hands. Bend the knees soft. Walk the feet in towards the hands, bringing it forwards, bending the knees, relaxing forwards into that fold. You can hold opposite elbows. Just sway, rock the body from side to side. Shift and mobilize through the upper back, sides of the waist, all the way in and around, a bit of movement to the hips. And then letting it go. Pushing down into the feet, rolling up through the spine, carefully moving up through the spine, curling up, reach the arms to the sky, big breath in. Big breath out, hinge at the hips, take it forwards, come all the way down. And we'll do that twice more. So roll up through the spine, pull in, curl through the back, drawing through the abdominals. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lift up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, take it all the way forwards and down. Last one, round up through the spine, pull in, curl up, reach up. We'll stay here on this one, so reaching the arms to the ceiling, look towards the hands, and then swing the arms down to the lower back. Interlace the fingers, open the chest, lift the chest forward, so squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel that pull through the front of the shoulders, so see if you can draw the shoulder blades back and down, so there's space across the top of the shoulders as well as across the chest. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, bend the knees, soften, let the body come all the way down to the thighs. Chin in, hands up towards the ceiling. Relaxing through the back of the neck. And then I want you to stay there in the forward fold without flinging the hands down. Carefully bring the hands to the floor. Right hand stays to the ground. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky, twist and open to the left side. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Inhale, reach up to the right side, twist and reach, more space each time you lift and lengthen. Exhale, bring it down. So we'll go twice more to the left and to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bringing it down. Should be warmer on this last one. So as you reach the left arm up, maybe try and straighten, extend the back of the left leg. Exhale, bring it down. And to the right side, same thing, maybe start to straighten that right leg. Bring the hands down. Place the hands to the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Loads of space now through the sides of the body, through the upper back after that twisting. Shake out the head, nod yes. Wriggle side to side now. Scoot the right leg up to the sky. Bend the right knee, open the right hip. I want you to think about lifting the right knee high to the ceiling, so not falling into the lower back, but instead lifting that right knee high, feeling the stretch extend down the inside of the left leg. Pull the right knee all the way into the chest, step the right foot forward, turn the left toes out to the side, windmill open to warrior two. So reach the arms out wide, sit into that front thigh, stretch across the chest, reach out across the fingertips, challenge yourself to sit lower, draw the navel in, squeeze through the glutes, pushing into both feet nice and evenly. Straighten through that front leg. Walk the back foot in, maybe just an inch or so. You're going to hinge from the right hip, lengthening into your triangles. So take that right arm forwards, bring it down towards the shin, left arm up to the ceiling. So open the chest, fully to the left side of the room. Feel the left hip stack on top of the right hip. Reach up through those left fingertips. I want you to think or ask yourself, am I rounding into that right side of the waist, or am I keeping the right side of the body nice and long. Take an inhale breath. And exhale, look down to the front foot. Bring the left hand down with you to the top of the mat. Bend into that right foot. Now turn the left toes to face forward. Push down into the right leg and reach the left leg off the floor. Use the hands for support. So it doesn't have to be a full variation of Warrior Three. It can be supported. Your hands are down. I want you to look at this inside step on the right foot. So see if you can pull that inside step. Strengthen into the foot there. Take an inhale breath. Point those left toes back. And as you exhale, round the knee into the chest. Take an inhale, point and extend those left toes back. Exhale, round and hug in. One more. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, round and hug in. Hold this here for 3. Pull the knee in more for 2 and 1. And then long step back with that left leg. So passive, we're letting the knee rest down to the floor. Bring the right hand inside. Stay there moving into that left hip. More active, keep the left toes tucked and straighten that back leg. Take the gaze to the top of the mat. So it doesn't need to be any further. Just keep the gaze forwards. So there's this slight forward movement in the chest. We're trying not to round into the shoulders. Remember, if you want a stronger practice, you're lifting the knee. Or if you want to relax into it, then you're resting that back knee down. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Everyone lower that back knee down. So if it wasn't lowered, place it to the floor. Point the left toes back and reach the right arm up to the sky. So there's a twist. I want you to let that right knee move out to the side. So maybe you're on the outside edge of the right foot. It'll be quite deep around the hips, maybe quite intense. Try and lift the right hand higher. So you lift through the torso. You take some of the weight, some of the compression away from that left wrist. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Bring the right hand down. Reposition that right foot to the floor. And then step back to your downward facing dog. So just move on the spots. Stretch it out. Give the head and the neck a good shake. Wriggle the hips from side to side. Take an inhale breath. And an exhale breath. Sweeping the left leg high. This time bending the left knee. So trying not to think about throwing that left thigh back or the left hip back, but instead thinking about lifting that left hip up towards the ceiling. So pushing into both hands, grounding down through the right foot, lifting through the left knee. Push down to lift higher through the knee. Take an inhale breath and an exhale. Pull that left knee into the chest. Step the left foot forward. Turn the right toes out, straight up and open into Warrior Two. So wide across the chest. Pushing down into both feet. So grip the mat beneath the feet. With that back foot, try not to push into the front and the inside of the left foot. Sorry, ignore that. Try not to push onto the inside of the right foot. Push to the outside of the right foot. That will make more sense. Inhale. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Shimmy the back foot in. Hinging from the left hip, so lengthen as much as you can until this line here can't extend any further. Then the left hand comes down and the right arm opens to the ceiling. You look to the fingers, rolling that right hip, right thigh open. Bring the right chest facing over to the right side of the room. Ask yourself, are you rounding in the left side of the body, or is there still quite a nice long line from the left hip to the left arm, the left shoulder? Breathe in. Breathe out. Look down to the left hand. Bring the right hand down. Now your hands act as support, turning the back toes. pushing the weight forwards down into that left foot so you can reach the right leg off the ground. So kicking that right heel away, crown of the head coming forwards, heel kicking back. And then I want you to just look, have you got an inside arch here? Are you able to lift the inside of the left foot? Point the right toes. Inhale, reach that right leg back. Exhale, round and pull the knee to chest. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, round and pull into chest. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, round and pull in. Hold it here for 5. So we're working on how much we can bend this ankle. 3, 2, 1. Step that leg back. Your hands come inside of the left foot. Active would be here, holding that back knee off the ground. More passive variation would be resting that knee down. Gaze towards the top of the mat, so we're not tucking all the way in through the chest, nor are we creasing into the back of the neck. There's this long active line all the way through the right thigh. Breathing there, stretching through that right hip. Take an inhale and an exhale. Then we'll all rest it down. Keep the right hand where it is. Reaching the left arm up to the sky, take a twist, but allow that left foot to lift. So you're on the outside edge of the left foot. So the twist can be a bit deeper around the hips. You're still pushing into the right hand. Avoid collapsing here around the right shoulder. I want you to keep the chest lifted. Keep space between the right shoulder and the right ear. Reach up through those left fingertips. Take another big full breath in. And a full breath out. Bring the hands down. Take your time. Move back to your downward facing dog. So feet to the back, hands to the front. Hips high to the sky. Navel in. Gaze towards the knees. So you don't need to tuck the gaze in towards the navel. That's a bit extreme on the neck. And we also don't want to be looking towards the hands. Just want this neutral position into the neck where the gaze softly travels towards the shins or the knees. Coming forwards on an in-breath to your plank position. On an out-breath, lowering it all the way down to the ground. Finding the floor, pointing the toes. Inhale to lift the chest, pull the shoulders back. And exhale, let it go. Keep the knees down, the feet down. Sit the hips back to the heels. Stretch into your child's pose. So reach the arms out. Soften the forehead to the ground. If it's too much for the arms, bring them down by the side. If the forehead doesn't find the floor and you wish, you can make a pillar with the hands. Give yourself somewhere to rest the forehead. Somewhere you can soften the shoulders. Open that space between the shoulders. Lengthen the waist, the lower back. And we're not forcing any big breaths. I would imagine most of you are plenty warm enough this evening. Just keeping a nice, easy, steady, continuous breath. Notice the movement of the chest and the belly into the thighs. And looking back, reaching the hands out, push down into the hands, bring yourself forwards to all fours, tuck the toes, take the hips up to the sky, back into your downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up, bend the right knee, open the right hip, find that length through the inside of the left leg, reaching the right knee high to the ceiling, and then bringing that right knee forwards into the chest, pulling it with you, using the abdominals, space underneath the body as you round forwards. Step the right foot down, turn the left toes out, push into the feet, find your warrior two. So arms out, nice and wide, stretch across the chest, loads of space. Take an inhale breath, and an exhale, sit lower. and then straighten that front leg again. Shuffle the back foot in. Reach forwards into your triangle. So reach forwards, bring the right hand down, lift the left arm up. Stretch out through those left fingertips. And then bring the left hand to the left hip, hold it there. Bend into that right knee. Take the right hand just a fraction further forwards than the right foot. You're going to lift the left leg off the ground. So trying to keep the hips facing over to the left side of the room. Keep that top left leg active. So if you wish, you can pull the toes back to the face, or just think about kicking that left heel away, lifting through the thigh, engaging through that leg. Breathe in, breathe out, look down to the floor, bring those hands down. Now that left knee, you're going to tuck it all the way in behind the right ankle, come down and have a seat. So you'll be on the mat with the right foot over the left thigh. If that's too much on the knees, then kick the left leg out. So either left leg straight, right leg over, or your left knee is bent. Wrap the left arm around, pull that knee in nice and close. So find the stretch on the outside of the thigh. Take the right hand behind the back, gaze across to the far corner of the room, towards the garden. So really look away, try and twist that stretch, keep looking, and then maybe eventually your gaze comes to the back of the mat. Breathe in here, breathe out one, breathe in, breathe out two, inhale, exhale three, back to center. Look where the left knee is. If the leg is straight, you're going to plant both feet there, so the knees are bent, arms reach out. I want you to curl down through the spine, so a slow movement, rolling down through the spine, pulling the navel in, so supporting that roll down. Make it as slow as you can possibly go, all the way down to the floor. Arms come overhead on a big inhale. On an exhale, reach the arms back up to the sky, curl through the abdominals. Slowly come up, rounding up. So pull in as you round up, resting here. Now keep the left foot down, stretch the right leg away on a straight line. Same principle, pull the navel in to roll down, curling the spine to the floor. So one small movement as you roll down, no big jolts, no sudden movements, it's slow and controlled. Take the arms overhead. Exhale, reach the hands back up to the sky, curl through the upper body. Keep reaching, imagine someone's pulling your hands up and away, navel in, reach, 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 reach. Let the right foot come down, point the left toes away. Last one, so curl down slowly, belly in, pull all the way around the waist, roll it down, arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands come back up to the sky, curl up, reach up, pull, 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 pull. Plant the feet to the floor, hands onto the front of the shins, and then just cross the legs over. Take the hands down to the ground, step back into your downward facing dog. Lift away through the hips, lengthen the sides of the waist we just worked. See how it feels to find a nice big stretch there through the front of the body. If you like, come into a plank, knees, chest, chin, or you can lower halfway. 90-degree bend at the elbows, push into the hands to lift the chest forwards, coming into your up dog. Chin in, navel in, hips lift to the sky, down dog. Take an inhale breath and an exhale breath. Our last more dynamic part of the practice, and then we'll enjoy slowing it down. So take the left leg up to the sky, bend the left knee, open the left hip, nice long stretch down the inside of the right leg, and then pull that left knee in. Carry it forwards, use the abdominals, make space as you bring it forward. Step the left foot down, turn the right toes out, push into the feet, windmill open, warrior two. So wide in your warrior two, open across the chest. Straighten the front leg, inhale. Walk the back foot in, and then hinge, lengthen from that left hip through the left shoulder, the left arm, hand down. Right arm to the ceiling, open the chest, reach out through those right fingertips. Be long and tall in the side of the waist. Lengthen the side of the body as well, so keep space from the hip to the shoulder. Gaze to the hand, to the right fingers if it's okay, or relax the neck. And then you can look down. Have the right hand to the hip. Bend into that front knee. Take the left hand a bit further forwards. You're going to kick the right leg up to the sky. So you're keeping the chest and the right hip open to the right side of the room if you can. That right top leg is active, so push the right heel away. Maybe the toes draw back to the face. Top leg strong, take an inhale breath. And an exhale, both hands down. Bringing the right knee in behind the left ankle. Sitting there. Or if that's too much, and you're like, what is she on about? Just come down, take a seat. Stretch the right leg out and step the left leg over. Right arm wraps around the left thigh. Left hand comes behind. First, I want you to gaze over to the left, pulling that left knee in. Inhale here. And then exhale, you go a little deeper. Inhale there. Exhale, deeper still. Inhale there. And exhale. Come back to center. Give both legs a bit of a shake out. And then you've got this line where the knees are. Bend the knees, plant the feet where the knees were. Take the hands back behind you, fingers face forwards. First of all, just start by lifting the chest up. So open across the chest, pull the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then keep that lift across the chest. Push down into the feet, the heels of the feet, the big toes, and then lift the hips up to the sky. So with that lift through the chest, maintain height through the chest, bring the hips up so they meet the height of the chest, squeeze the glutes, push down into the feet, push down into the big toe. Don't lose that last bit of connection there. Engage the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips higher, and then let the hips rest down to the floor. Come to a seat, reach the arms out, and then I want you to roll down again, nice and slow. On this one, we're going to hold ourselves down on the floor, so bring it all the way down. Hands come down by the side. Walk the feet in. Spread the toes, so lift all 5 toes and then push them back down into the floor. Pushing through the heels, the balls of the feet, the toes. Flatten the abdominals, draw them in, and then roll up through the spine. So lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes, draw the abdominals in, and then reach the arms up overhead on a diagonal line. So they're reaching up and away behind you. Imagine someone's placing a heavy weight in your hands. You've got to resist that heavy weight. Feel the upper abdominals work. Feel more work through the shoulders. Squeeze to the glutes, lift the hips high, and then roll it down, drawing the abdominals in. Massaging the spine to the floor. Carefully, slowly, knees into chest. Right hand onto right knee, left hand onto left knee. Just mobilize. Big circles into the hips there. Big rotations all the way around. And then cross the shins. A bit of momentum. Use that to rock yourself up. Feet under, hands down. Steps back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out 1. Breathe in. And breathe out 2. Try and find a steadiness here. We're starting to slow down the breath. If the breath is still quite racy, still quite fiery, slow down the length of the inhale and the exhale. Bending and softening the knees, walking the feet in towards the hands, coming into a very relaxed, passive forward fold. So allowing the chest to rest on the thighs, maybe holding elbows and just swaying from side to side. So not rushing here, just allowing ourselves into quite a nice deep forward fold. And then the hands come down. Another way to come into our half moon. So we're just going to straighten out through the legs. We've got the fingertips down as support. Take the right leg back. Open the right hip to the right side of the room. Stay steady through that left leg and the left arm. Slowly reaching the right arm up to the sky, like we did in those first forward folding twists. So just unravel, reach the right fingertips up. Lift that right foot higher. Lengthen both sides of the waist, so reaching the crown of the head forwards. Looking tall across the wingspan, across the chest to the right fingertips. Kicking way back with that right heel. And then see if you can come down as slowly as you came up. So don't rush. Try not to drop that right foot or the right hand. Taking your time, bringing the right foot in next to the left, planting it lightly down to the floor and coming into that fold. Give the head a good shake. Nod yes. Release no. Straightening the legs. Pushing down into the fingertips. First of all, send the left leg back behind you, lifting it off the ground. And then open the left hip to the left side of the room. Your strength is the right foot. You're going to reach that left arm up to the sky like we did. Remember at the start of the practice when we were unraveling and reaching from side to side. Kick the left leg back. Reach the left fingertips high. So imagine someone's lifting your left fingertips to the ceiling. Check in that both sides of the waist are long. You're not rounding in that right side. And as slow as you can, carefully bringing it down. Coming down as slowly as you traveled up and lightly stepping the left foot next to the right foot into a very relaxed forward fold. Unravel to standing. Again, curling up through the spine. So loads of opportunity to mobilize through the spine. Take an inhale breath, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer, heart center. Left foot steps just inside of the left thigh, left shin, doesn't need to go any higher. You can take it all the way up if you like. Here is fine. Reach the arms to the ceiling. And then when you've reached the arms to the ceiling, I want you to take the right hand around the left ankle, I'm having the right mare today. Right hand around the right wrist, not your right ankle. Lift up and side bend stretch to the right, opening that left side. Breathe in and out. It challenges the balance a bit more. Another stretch through the left side. And then inhale, come back. We'll swap over, place the right foot down. You can keep the hands up in a prayer position. Left foot to the inside of the right shin. Left hand holds around the right wrist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, slight side bend to the left. Open the right side of the waist. And if your balance is as off as mine this evening, you'll be wobbling all over the place. So just go with it, come back if you fall. And bring it back. Feet together, arms up to the sky, big inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge forwards at the hips, take the hands down, step back into downward facing dog. So lift the hips high, stretch through the backs of the legs, give the head a good shake, release the neck. Make sure there's some space around the top of the shoulders, and I know that's quite hard without real visual guidance, better visual guidance or assistance. But I want you to imagine where the armpits are facing. So for most of you right now, the armpits are probably facing down to the ground. See if you can almost spiral the arms so that the armpits come to face one another, the eyes of the elbows come to face one another, and it might mean that the arms bend more. It'll be harder work. You'll feel it into the triceps and the back. I want you to get this idea of wrapping the shoulders around the outside of the body. We're just going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest the knees to the floor. Keep the toes tucked. Walk the hands back. Sit the hips to the heels. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, swing the arms down. Right arm under left. Reach for a thumb or fingers or wrists. You've got this eagle wrap of the arms. Now push the forearms away from you, round into the back, draw the chin to the chest. Stretch out that space through the back of the body. And then unravel. Reach the arms to the sky. I know the feet are hurting, stick with it. We've only got 3 breaths on the other side. Left arm underneath right. Hold and bind. Push the forearms away, round the back. Stick with it for 3. Chin in for 2 and 1. Come forwards. Unravel the arms. Pat the feet to the top of the mat if you need to shake that out. Wiggle the toes. And then just feel how your downward dog is now. So stretch the hips back up. See if your heels come closer to the ground. Now we've opened out the soles of the feet. Walk the feet in, bringing them all the way. It's going to take a seat. Extend the legs out. Release them out. Bend the left knee. Take it out to the side. Hands either side of the right foot. Creep the chest forwards over that right thigh. So just bow in, relaxing the body. This is a passive stretch. We're not forcing anything. We're not straining. We want the breath to lengthen. We've done the most dynamic part of the class. Now we're just unwinding, relaxing, taking a few long, deep breaths. Allow the weight of the head to drop forwards. Allow the shoulder blades to move sideways. So as the shoulder blades move sideways, there's more space in the upper back. And it also helps us move into this forward fold because the arms come heavier down to the ground. So you get more of a fold, more stretch through the lower back, the back of the leg, the calf, the sole of the foot. And then walk it back in. Take the left leg out. Give both a shake. Bring the right leg in. Take the knee out to the side. Just face the left leg, sit tall, and then fold it forward. So slow and gentle, no force, no rush. Head comes in. Relax the forearms down. So I want you to avoid holding your arms away from the ground. Try and soften into the mat. And then eventually with time, the body will come closer to that thigh, the chest maybe to the knee or the shin. The forehead can relax down as well. So the whole body comes into that forward fold. Feel the stretch, the back of the shoulders, the lower back, the back of the leg. And then slowly come up. Keep the right leg there. Just bring the left leg in as well. So cross the legs. Take the hands behind the back. Interlace the hands and reach the hands back. So opening across the chest. And then bring the hands to the left side of the waist. So they're still interlaced, They're sat there in the crook of the waist. Going to let the head come over to the left. Stretch out the top of the right shoulder. Really feel that stretch. Pull the right shoulder down. Open the space across the top of the shoulder. Take a big breath in and out. Let it go to the other side. So hands come over to the right hip. Head falls to the right. Pull the left shoulder down and away. Open up the side of the neck. Space from the top of the shoulder to the earlobe. And come back to center. Still got the legs crossed. Swap the cross of the legs. And then just reach the hands forwards into a very gentle forward fold. So reach the arms away, bow the head in. In your forward fold, you can rock a little side to side or just reach side to side. See if you need to wriggle into that forward fold a bit deeper. Get nice and comfortable, bringing the body forwards over the thighs, the shins, the ankles, bowing the head in. Take an inhale, lift the chest forwards, lengthen through the spine. And an exhale, fold. Take an inhale, lengthen. And an exhale, fold. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Now walk the hands back up. And continuing with that rolling through the spine, just take it all the way down onto your back. So roll all the way back. The feet might release as you come down, that's okay. Bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a hug into the chest. And then extend the legs up to the sky. So there can be a softness to the knees, that's okay. Hold on to the back of the head, interlace the hands behind the head. You want to curl up, reach the chest and the shoulders, the upper body off the floor. And then bring the right elbow to touch the left knee. Stretch the right leg away. Bring it back to center. Take the left leg away. Twist the left elbow to the right knee. And back to center. Just twice more each side. So twist and rotate to the left. To center. Twist and rotate to the right. And center to the left. And center to the right. And center, come back. Hug the knees in. Rock side to side. We'll take one back bend, so plant the feet to the floor. Push the arms down to the side. Roll and lift the hips off the ground. If you like, interlace the hands behind the back. I want you to pull the fingers down to the feet and wriggle on the shoulders so the shoulder blades are closer together. You can lift higher through the chest. Push up more through the hips. Make sure that big toe is still pushing down into the ground. Holding this back bend for 5. Lifting it up for 4. Push into the feet on 3, 2, and 1. Then roll it down carefully, slowly to the floor. Bring the knees in, soles of the feet to the sky. Reach for the feet. Happy baby. Rock and move it around. Side to side, wriggle and move. If you want, your first 2 fingers can hold around the big toes. Depending on how the hamstrings feel, you might start to straighten the legs. Taking the legs out wide, finding a passive stretch, so just a long stretch. Let the weight of the ankles move out sideways, or you stretch one leg at a time. So you bend one knee, stretch one leg out, and then swap over. Bring it back together, and then just let the arms go overhead, feet to the sky, even if there's a bend in the knees. Finishing how we started, trying to really make sure we leave the practice feeling quite light with the feet, the knees, the hips. To avoid this lethargic, heavy feeling, I want you to feel nice and light, free, tall through the spine, easy on the ankles, easy on the knees and the hips. Take a big inhale breath here. And an exhale breath. Inhale breath. And an exhale breath. Carefully, slowly bend the knees. Bring the feet to the floor a bit wider than normal, so a bit wider than hip width. Let the knees touch and rest together. Arms can stay up overhead if you like the idea of keeping the chest open. Come back down by the side if you would rather than be down by the side, relaxing into the head, the shoulders, heavy through the back of the body. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Take another full breath and exhale. Not too much fuss, just reach the hands to the outside of the thighs. Bring the knees in. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. Hold on to the front of the shins, rock up to a seat. Knees out, hands onto the knees, sit nice and tall. Take a big breath in. And a full sigh out. Take a big breath in. And a full sigh out. And then ask yourself how the body feels through the feet, the knees, the hips, from the pelvis all the way up through the spine, out across the shoulders, the back of the neck, the crown of the head, down through the face. Notice the absence of any stress or expression across the face. And then just bring the hands to prayer heart center, bow the head in. Namaste. Thank you for practicing when it's so incredibly hot outside and inside and wherever you are.